Most of our sites had an F rating. It's a problem spreading up the stream.
That's why we should protect it, and that's why we should keep it sanitary. You can't have a river without flora and fauna.
Hi, my name is Danny, and I'm here with Heal the Bay, and I'm going to talk a little bit about IIRMES, which is Integrated Society for Environments Science. At IIRMES, we run samples for different facilities here on campus that we collab with and do testing for different organic solvents. So specifically with Heal the Bay, here we're testing for 2 types of bacteria, E. coli and Enterococcus, for a part of the stream team. We use the lab facilities as kind of a home base when we go and set up in the morning and then go out into the field and collect data. We're specifically testing at 6 different locations right now, all across the lower LA River. This is just using the lab to transfer water and then test for the 2 bacteria that I mentioned, and IIRMES is kind of just the home base that we use for all of that.
Hello, I'm Vina. I'm an intern for Heal the Bay. This is my 3rd season on the lower LA stream team. But there were 2 sites that had a D rating, and that's at Hollydale Park and Riverfront Park. And I think that's attributed to there are more upper sites for the lower LA river sites. I'm not too surprised that all our ratings were enough this season, because the general trend is like the higher you go upstream, the better quality water you get. And then as you go downstream to where we are, the water quality is bad, like I wouldn't swim in it. Seeing that there has been a decline in our most upper sites, it's a call for policy change, because without good policy, we get poor water quality. We see it affect the communities around the area. The river is important for wildlife, and it's home for our houseless friends. There were positives this season. I did see that there was some spots of life growing, especially in our Compton sites. When I first started, that place was pretty dead. The shrubbery in the Compton sites were shorter than me. But over time, I saw that the shrubbery has grown taller, way taller than me, maybe 1.5 sizes of me. And it spread out a lot more. The river there started as a little trickle, and now it's more of a steady stream. Seeing that there's a little bit more greenery happening in the lower LA River makes me think, oh, one day I'm gonna be able to have lunch on a cafe by the river and not smell sewage. It'll be a nice little experience.
Hello, my name is Emily. I'm one of Heal the Bay's Lower LA's stream team. It's a 2-day process, with our first day being collecting the water samples and putting them into incubators. While the second day is for us analyzing our samples. The first thing we do on day 1 is get our bags ready and we head out to our sites. With one person recording the data that's being shouted out from the person in the water. Then after we answer those questions, we take the water sample out of the river and we take it both to the lab. And in the lab, we put the powders for estrogen and E. coli. Then in the next day, we take them at the incubator, and after 24 hours, we put them under a UV light. Then we record that and calculate it.
Hello, my name is Ellie. I am a 2nd-year intern for Heal the Bay stream team, and I'm going to be talking about a pretty unique topic in regards to what we normally do. We implemented a new data point that we don't usually take into account. We have been documenting the different bird species instead of just generalizing the flora and fauna that we see when we sample. We take into account people, if we see any people when we're sampling, any dogs, any horses sometimes. We have to take count of the amount of birds that we see. More often than not, you're gonna see at least one type of bird in any part of the LA River. A lot of the times, you'd run into, very rarely, a great blue heron, or most likely a black-necked stilt. And these are a lot of things that the public don't know. Just you look at the LA River and you say, oh, look at all those birds. What's really important about actually documenting the specific species tells you the health of the river. The LA River is actually not man-made, contrary to popular belief. It only looks like that because of urbanization in LA, and with that, you get less natural flora and fauna. But what the natural flora and fauna do have is the river. That's why we should protect it, and that's why we should keep it sanitary. Because if the birds aren't going to use it, then what else do they have? Kind of tells you how healthy the environment is. You can't have a river without life. You can't have a river without flora and fauna.
I'm Zaria and I'm an intern at Heal the Bay. It's my second season as part of the Lower LA Stream Team. Before working on the Stream Team, I wasn't aware of how vital the river was to communities, especially the unhoused communities. People use the river for fishing, for bathing, for washing dishes, and it's really important that that water isn't unhealthy for them because their health matters too. I think a lot of people forget that. Compared to last year, I'm noticing a lot more people use the river for recreation. I've seen more people jogging along the river, biking. It's being used more, and it's nice because a lot of people in communities like areas I sample, like Southgate, Maywood, Bell, they don't have access to a lot of green space compared to other areas that the river runs through. So it's nice that the river is being utilized in that way. One of the biggest things that I took away from this program was that it's just so nice to work with other people your age who are really passionate about environmental issues. It makes me really hopeful for the future.